What's up, guys? If you're watching this video, you already have a CompTIA certification. Congratulations. Now let's see what your options are after the test is done. You asked for it? Here it is. Many of you wanted a follow-up video from the one I done of my Security Plus test and preparation and everything else. If you haven't seen it, you can click right here to get to it. Seriously, I'd like to congratulate you on your passing of the CompTIA test and getting your certification. That's the hard part. Some of these tests are no joke. Now let's see what our options are after you take your test. You have mainly two options. In 3 years after your CompTIA certification is expired, you can study and retake the test or do continuing education to renew your certification. I chose continuing education, and I'm going to tell you how I did it in 1 week, and you can do it too. Okay, so I'm going to show you two options, what we can do after you get done with your test and what you need to do to continue to keep your certification. Yes, I'm doing this in PowerPoint for right now. I'm going to show you some options, then we're going to go over one of the options that I chose and some other options that you may be able to choose depending on your need or your desire on how you want to do this. So let's get to it. So you already have your certification. So the question is, do you like taking tests and spending more money? Yes? Then good for you. I'm glad you have more money to spend on your certification. And you love the stress of studying for this test. Some of these tests are not easy at all. So all you have to do now is wait till near the end of your certification and just study and retake the test. And boom, done. Some of you want to save money and do a little bit more of a less stressful route. You will save money because the renewal of your certification is the only cost you have. I'm going to show you free ways in doing your continuing education to renew your certification. So all you have to do is basically just watch a couple of videos, learn a little bit of stuff, talk to your employer, and go from there. Easy, easy, easy. Let's get to this. This right here is a list of what CompTIA says that you can do to get to continuing education points or units, they call it. So there's several different ways on here, and I'm going to go through majority of these. Then I'm going to go over the ones that I did to help you out, to give you some ideas or anything like that. So the very first one is basically completing a CompTIA certification training course. So basically there's many places out there that does CompTIA training. You just go in and do the training. You do have to pay for some of these trainings. So this route right here probably will not be free. Also, when you do these trainings, you need to make sure whatever you do in any type of training or meeting or anything like that I'm going to go over, there is a certificate you need to get. It'll tell you how many hours, it'll tell you who taught the class, what the class was over, and your name on it and everything else. And CompTIA needs that to count these points. So basically, if you do like a 40-hour training, it should say the training name, or the training course name, 40 hours that you spent on it, your name, it was taught by this person, and basically that's about it. And you upload it to your CompTIA website, which we'll be going over. You also can complete a non-CompTIA training course. So, for example, most of everything I want to go over for or use examples is going to be mainly the Security Plus certificate, because that's what I have and that's what I did to continue my education. So Some examples when I talk about security plus stuff like that, that's what I'm referring to as my experience and my certificate that I'm renewing. So in this one here, when you do your training, you need to get it in the field that you're trying to renew your certificate on. Mine, for example, is Security Plus. So what I did is I went into LinkedIn. LinkedIn has a free training that you can do if you have not used it already, like a free month. Sign up, try it out for a free month. So when you do it, you need to go in and find a training that is in your field of the certificate, like any security training, things like that, that will be in that field. That's what CompTIA wants. If it's totally outside your field, like pole dancing, then CompTIA is not going to take it. So you may be a great pole dancer, but it's not going to help you out here. So you want to make sure you stay in your field. So you could do many different types of training. There's free ones out there. Sign up for the LinkedIn free month, use it, and then end it at the end of your free month. Mine, I did all this in 1 week. So one of the things I did is did the CompTIA training course. So that helped me out. There's a lot of points there. In Security Plus, you just need 50 points to renew your certification. So if you log into your CompTIA website where your certificates are, it's going to show you what points you are needed to renew that. I will show you that here once I get done showing this. You can also complete a college course. So if you go into a college course and you learn security or something like that on one of the college courses, that will also count. So if you're a security professional, you can even teach a course. I've taught in a course at a college on basically social media, on how to use social media for a business and everything else. Well, it doesn't help me out here, but it did help me out in other things since I did teach an actual college course. Some of these I'm going to skip over because I did not go that route, so I don't have enough information on those to share with you, but I can definitely share you some links that you can use to get that information. They'll be down below. Like, for example, this Complete American Council on Education. I did not do this route because it was a little bit more lengthy route. I wanted to keep it simple, and I wanted to do it fast. I completed mine in a week, and you can do this too in a week. So in 1 week, you can extend your certification out another 3 years very easily. If you're well educated in security or your field, you can create instruction materials for other people to use to help out with your type of field or whatever you're writing on. I did not choose this route. I am not a security expert. I will tell you that straight up front. I have to have my Security Plus because I work for the DoD, and basically that is a requirement for working for the government or anything like that. So the only reason I got this Security Plus is to get that. So now I have to do my part in keeping it. You may have your certificates for other reasons besides your job. Maybe you just want to have a certificate. I know several people are like that. You can also attend webinars. I will also post a link down the bottom of that. I had a couple lined up that I was going to attend, but I ended up actually doing most of my points very easily, and I didn't have to attend those webinars. There's also conferences that you can go to. And also, besides conferences, you can also, there's many locations in bigger cities. Too bad I'm not in a big city, but in bigger cities, before the pandemic happened, there were places like pubs and bars you can go to that had a group that met up and had like security meetings and things like that actually did count towards your continuing education. So that was something that you can go and have a drink and mingle with people and also learn more about your field, and also you can help out in your field by sharing your knowledge there and also like that. You can also complete a CompTIA development workshop. Well, I did not do this, so I do not have the information, but I will add the information down below. So if you want to do that, you can also go in that way. You can also you can also be active in an IT board or a chapter participation. Basically, this is one of those bar things I was talking about. Just go and mingle with people in your location. Sometimes it's not a bar, sometimes it's at a restaurant. You can, maybe there's a little a library or something like that you can go do and just talk with people and attend their meeting, and you do get credit for it. And that's also being part of the IT association. There may be an IT association in your city and things like that. I'm in a small town. We do not have anything like that, so I could not do that. Next one's easy. This is one of the ones that you need to do. It's one of the easiest and free ones you can do. Work experience. Contact your employer. If your company requires to have a CompTIA certification, your employer will definitely know what you're talking about. One, you need to do a continuing education. Every year, you can ask your employer to write a letter. The letter should have in it where you work, what type of job you do, and it should say that you are using your security experience for your position, and it should be covered for 1 year. You can have 3 of these for 3 years for one certification. So that together is 9 points. Okay, so it's 1 letter, 3 points each. So each year, that's 3 points right there. Boom, 9 points right off the bat that you don't have to do, because it's just reaching out to your employer to get that letter. Also, right here, what I mentioned earlier about writing a blog. There is several security blogs out there and several other blogs out there that, depending on your certification, that you can participate in. You can write a blog, a paper, or an article, or anything like that. And then inside CompTIA's website, you can post all that stuff, like a link to it and everything else. And once they review it, they will issue your points. And the very last is write a book. That's not me. I like doing videos. I am not a book writer, and plus I am not a security expert. I just do this for my job because it requires some security knowledge. All right, so this is what I did. In 1 week, I was able to renew my certification. So I did my work experience. You can wait to the very end, like your 3 years, and ask for all 3 letters, or you can just collect the letters as you go through each year, and then that would be fine too. So I did that. I also did a non-CompTIA certification training. So basically what I did is I did the LinkedIn training, and basically was able to sign up for the 1 free month and to go through one of the, it was like 45 hours of training for being like a systems administrator, things like that. So that goes over a lot of security stuff, and CompTIA does count that. So even though it's 45 hours plus the 9, that's well over my 50. I also did a DoD training. Since I'm with a Department of Defense, they do training as well, and some of that is counted towards CompTIA training. So if you are working with the DoD, or you have a large company that does security training, check and see if it is CompTIA covered, and you can use that towards your CompTIA training as well. I was going to attend a webinar. I have it listed on here because I was going to attend 2 webinars and get that all taken care of, but I did not know my LinkedIn training was 45 hours until I got it going. So I went ahead and did that, because all I had to do is watch a video and basically go through it all, and boom, right there's my certification. So I had plenty of points to get my renewal. So now let's visit the CompTIA website, and I'm going to show you where to put it, where to check to see your certification, how many points it's required, and how much does it cost, and things like that. So let's get to that. Okay, here's some websites that I discussed earlier, and we're going to take a look at a few of them, and they will be also linked at the bottom. Before we begin, I'd like to apologize for some of you. Some of you are requesting more videos from me. I am making more videos, but I am making them with my daughter. My daughter's been watching me stream online and also making YouTube videos, and she wanted to do some with her own. So basically, that's what I've been mainly working on instead of making videos like this. So if you want, please give her a little bit of love. I will put the link down below. Her channel's name is Tiny Girl Adventures, and she's mainly doing kids things. So please share your love and subscribe to her channel to help her out. I appreciate it. So let's begin here. Right here on this page right here, which I will again link down to the bottom, these are the certificates right here that will tell you what you have to do or how many points again for each thing. So like A plus is all you need is 20 points, Network Plus is 30, and Security Plus, the one that I just did, was 50 points. And now you can see some other ones that go all the way up to 75 points. So there's a little bit of a breakdown of the previous chart I did that will tell you what each thing does points wise. As you can see, 50 points for the training course like I showed before. So now let's go ahead and log into the CompTIA website where you're going to put all your certificates and find out how many points you need and where you're going to pay for it. So again, I will post this down at the bottom so you can have a link directly to it. So once you log in to your CompTIA site, across the top you'll see Continuing Education about a little more than halfway down. It's right about here. Right here you can see where you can pay your fees, add your units, basically your certificate that you just did and everything else. And if you accidentally add a wrong one or something like that, you can edit it as well. So as you can see here, I've already done mine. So my certificate is good into 2025, and all I have is the Security Plus. If you want to change it, you drop this down and you can select what other certifications you have, or if you don't have Security Plus, your other one will show up here. It'll tell you what requirements you're required, or what units you're required to get to renew it, and also how much it costs to renew. The Security Plus is $150 for 3 years. You can pay it all at once. You can pay at the very beginning. You can pay $50 a month. You can pay it all at the end. It does not matter, as long as it's paid before your certificate expires. If you pay a little bit at a time, you will see right here, this progress bar, it will slowly go up and then until it gets 100%. Then also here as well is once you go in and add your security, as you can see right here, as you go in and add your units or your certificates that the training that you did, it will also go up according to your thing. Right here is where you go in, select what certificate it is. So that basically what it is, what you go here that you want to add units, sorry. So you click on add units, drop down what certificate that you want to do, and click submit. Right here it tells you I've already done all mine for this next 3 years. So I'm way early and they're not going to let me add any more until these 3 years is up. My first 3 years is up. But what it is, you're going to see a couple boxes here. One's going to be the name of your course that you took. Then basically how many credits did that course cover. So you're going to type in whatever course, the course name, and then the course credits, and like 1 per hour basically. So if you've done 30-minute training, it's 30 points or credits. If you only did 10, it's 10 credits. Now some of the certificates you can only do whatever the max is. So like you're doing the letter from your employer, you put that in there, type in letter from employer for experience, type in, it should automatically just put in 3 points because it's worth 3 points and that's it. And you add your letter, and you can do that 3 times in all. So you have 9 points total from that. and then at the very end you click submit, and basically that's it. You just added to your continuing education. It will warn you as well, it does do audits on these to make sure that what you're doing is within your field for your certificate. So if you are, again, if you're have Security Plus and you're doing pole dancing and you did 50 hours of pole dancing, well, it's a great workout, but they're going to deny it back. And also they could go back and pull all your points. So you don't want to do that at all. All right. So you can also edit your points. So if you had some issues here, you can go in here and edit. Like, say you added the wrong certificate, or you put the wrong label on here, or there was more points than what you thought, or less points than what you thought. You can go in here and edit them. And you see I do not have any here because they went ahead and audited me and accepted all my points. So it was real easy to do and real fast. They did it within a couple days after I did 100% completion. You can also check your payment history. As you can see right here, I went ahead and paid everything, paid it all at once. So everything was taken care of, done out of the way. Now, many companies will pay for this all for you, so you may have to print this out or pay it, then print out the receipt that you did and turn it in, and you can get your money back on most companies. My company did that, so it was really nice. All right, so that's basically all you need to do to install your credit points or upgrade to credit points so they can get done. Right here's some information on what exactly is the continuing education, what mainly when I went over as well. I will put all these links down the bottom. It basically can choose your path, which way you want to do it. Again, it goes over different types of training, things you may want to try to do to get some extra points, write a book, blog post, things like that. Now, also here on LinkedIn has a page, which I'll link at the bottom, that talks about what companies they have that will work with their continuing education. And these are the list of companies. So right here, CompTIA is one of them. If we click on that, it will take us right down to CompTIA, and it will tell you what certifications their training does go over, that will cover. So if you are doing some of your Cisco stuff or network stuff, you can use LinkedIn for your continuing education credit. So down here are some of the popular training paths, because LinkedIn has training paths, which are a lot more videos than just one video. So my choice was the system administrator, because basically that is doing what I am now with the DoD. I'm a system administrator. So basically that went in and was in my field and exactly what I'm doing. There is also some other sites like STEPP that has security webinars and things like that you can sign up for. They're free. You can go to it, attend, and you will get a certificate at the end saying you attended. Some of them are recorded, some are live. Majority of them are going to be live. So you can sign up and pick your date, which ones it has going on, and you just sit there and watch and then get your certificate. Also here is Signal, the AFCEA org. They have many webinars as well. Now watch what webinar you do attend. Again, this has to be within your field. So when you do attend this, make sure you're not attending how to do pole dancing or anything like that. Make sure it is in your field, like mine, security. So you need to watch about things about security, and that's what you need to attend. Now, I will add more links down at the bottom so you can get more things and what just right here, but within 1 week, I had all mine done. I paid for it all, $150, done. And then I had my employer write me letters, done. Did a LinkedIn training. It was 45 hours. 45 hours, that's well over what I needed. Just with the letters and that training, I was done. But I also had some DoD training that I did that I went ahead and added on there. So I subtracted some of the hours that I did in my training, even though I updated or uploaded the training cert that said 45 hours, it well covered me. So I had my DOD training, letters from my employer, and the training, and I was done within a week, and you could do it too. Very easy, best way to go, not that much stress, easy, easy, easy. Don't take the test again. Don't. It's not worth it. That's too much stress, too much studying, and too much money. You're going to spend more money on taking the test than just doing this, because everything I just told you is free. These webinars are free. LinkedIn Learning is free if you used the 1 month training, 1 month free. So the only thing it costs is the basically update your certificate, $150 for the Security Plus. So I hope you like this video. Click the subscribe button to help me out. Also, remember to visit my daughter at Tiny Girl Adventures and help her out. I really appreciate it. That's where you're going to see more of me. And y'all have a great night and have fun.